Hey guys, Toast here. No Man's Sky just recently released, and suffice to say that it hasn't been getting the most amazing reception. The game's been hyped up for quite some time, not only by the developers, but by media publications and the fans themselves. So I want to ask the question, why isn't No Man's Sky, or really just modern games in general, living up to the hype that consumers are expecting? Is this due to developer-created hype, media hype, or overzealous personal expectations? I believe it's a combination of all of these, and then a couple other factors as well. Let me start by giving you my own impressions of the game to get this out of the way. I think the game is actually really enjoyable. I've put over 30 hours into it, and it's certainly interesting being able to transition from world to world and solar system to solar system with the greatest of ease. To be able to be standing on the ground of a planet, jump in your ship, and within seconds be seamlessly flying through the space toward another planet is really exciting. After many hours of play, this mechanic still makes me giddy. When you're on the ground, you're essentially collecting resources to better your weapons, ship, and outpost to ultimately be able to have stronger equipment and make your way toward the center of the galaxy. Unfortunately, it's these base mechanics that become repetitive and mundane quickly. It's here that many people seem to be finding their gripes, that the game just doesn't provide enough variety, and the few mechanics that it does focus on get boring quickly. Now, to be fair, the game does seem to match the scope that Hello Games promised, and I would like to mention that that's no small feat. A universe of this size with varying worlds, species, and resources is mind-boggling. Never would I have imagined while sitting in my bedroom playing the original Mario Bros. On NES, that 25 years later I would literally be traversing a universe-sized universe, but this is indeed the case. The argument, though, is if this universe really deserves all the praise it's gotten up to launch when there wasn't a whole ton to do in it. Now, I would love to talk about the unique story, the deep underlying crafting mechanics, or the interesting objectives that encourage you to keep moving forward, but unfortunately from what I've experienced, none of these are present in the game. Now, I would like to mention that Hello Games never said that they would be present in the game, and to be completely fair, there's been plenty of successful games out there that have not included any of these mechanics. Take Minecraft, for example, the game that has little in the way of story or objectives, and the crafting system, while interesting, is not terribly complex or deep. However, the game is done extremely well. I think its success can be attributed to a few factors, including the freedom of building, the ability to easily play with friends, the modding capabilities, but also, and the one thing that I believe is most important, is the price of the game. Minecraft retails for $20 US for just about every version regardless of the platform. This price feels appropriate to what the game offers, and I feel that this is one of the greatest downfalls of No Man's Sky at this point. No Man's Sky is priced at $60, which is the standard full retail price for major release games. While the scope of the game is huge, the variety present in the game doesn't really feel, to me at least, like it should command a $60 price tag. Again, this is my own opinion as value is subjective, but from my experience in gaming and seeing what other games tend to offer at this price point, $60 feels really high for this type of game. I think myself and many others would have been more content with the content being offered at a $30 price tag, but considering their choice for release, we can really only base our analysis on what they currently charge for the game. Now, all this considered, I think the major gaming media outlets also bear a lot of the blame when it comes to overhyping this game and creating lofty expectations. IGN, for instance, ran 80, count them 80, articles that either were exclusively about No Man's Sky or at the very least discussed the game in some detail leading up to release. These ranged from information reveals to exclusive previews and hands-on time to developer interviews, and while it's their job to inform the public about gaming news and information, it seems like the game received a significant amount of publicity compared to other small studio games. And IGN wasn't alone in this. GameSpot also had 100 articles that I counted. This kind of information overload is bound to catch the attention of the masses and induce them to read information that they may otherwise not see prior to the game releasing. When they're essentially regurgitating what the developers have released to them, consumers are bound to get excited. But finally, I think that we, as consumers, are also to blame for the hype of the game's release. We've learned time and again that what we see leading up to the release of a game is oftentimes not the same thing we receive when the game is finally released. Think about the following games, all of which have come up over the past few years: Destiny, The Division, Watch Dogs, SimCity, The Order 1886, Star Wars Battlefront. All of these games received a lot of hype in their respective communities leading up to release, and all had some downfalls that made them much less enjoyable than anticipated. We need to learn from our mistakes as consumers and know that while it's okay, of course, to be excited for a game, we need to take the information that's presented to us by developers and through the media with a grain of salt. It's their jobs to make gaming enticing and make us want to buy them, and it's up to us to make informed decisions about those purchases. But anyways, that more or less sums up the factors that I think influence the mediocre reception to No Man's Sky. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you've played No Man's Sky, how do you feel about the game? Are you enjoying it? Do you think the game received too much hype and praise prior to release? Let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, please leave a like, and if you want to see more content, please subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Toast, and I'll talk to you soon.